welcome to the 2016 California Open Kettlebell Sport Lifting Championship. We're going to get to see a lot of great lifting. I'm sure some records will be broken. There's some great matchups. We're really just super grateful for you guys to come out here, and we're hoping that for our out-of-town friends that you're enjoying the weather and that you enjoy the event. I'd like to start by saying thank you so much to Innovative Results. You know, it's funny when you look at venues to do stuff like this. You know, you see like big halls and all this stuff, and you go there and you try to do these events and you almost feel like you're in the way, you know, like they don't know you don't know them. We're kettlebell lifters, so we're weird, and they think we're even weirder than we are, right? And it makes it difficult. But here, you know, Aaron and Corey, they bring us in, they give up their space, and they help us so much. Like, we could never do this without all the work that Aaron and Corey do. And seriously, brother, like, we can't do it without you. Thank you so much.
This is Aaron Guyette. I'm the owner of Innovative Results. I own it with Corey Beasley. We love hosting the California Open Championship with Orange Kettlebell Club. I just want to give a shout out to my boy, John Wild Buckley, who visualized this whole thing, and my boy, Jason Dolby. He is my coach, and as well as a great friend and brother of mine. And then of course, Nazo, the small Japanese beauty herself. Just incredible people with the Orange Kettlebell Club. And it's just been an awesome relationship.
In each competition, we try to create a show, not just, okay, here's the people doing their best to put up numbers, but to show North America and beyond can bring when they come to Cali Open.
Kettlebell sport makes me feel excited and passionate. I love kettlebell sport.
Kettlebell is life.
It's gonna transform you from the inside out.
Most people who know me know how we are about time and everything, and the meet's supposed to start at 9:30. But for those who don't know, yesterday, everyone in the kettlebell community lost a friend in Phil Gutierrez. And he's always been with us at OKC. He comes to the meets here, he comes to the meets up north. We go to his place, we're friends. His really close friends are here, his family is here, and he's here. And we don't really know what to do. So we're gonna delay the meet for 10 minutes, and we're gonna take the time to honor Phil in the way that we feel we can. You know, Phil is one of us. He's a kettlebell lifter, he's a sportsman, and we're gonna give Phil the stage for his 10-minute set that he wasn't able to do today. And we invite Mike LeBou to come up here. And Jason and Mike, you can have your seats at the judges' table, please. And Phil would want this to be a celebration. So, Aaron, if you could start the music, it would be great. And let's get this thing going, right?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
People that are here that make this meet happen, they're here because they love the sport, they have their own clubs, they represent their own teams, and we do everything we can to encourage the building of that, especially in California, all year round.
I got involved in kettlebell sport a couple years ago. My buddy was doing competitions and I was just working out and doing kind of hard style kettlebell stuff, and he basically scoffed at me and said, and told me to like come try and learn like competition kettlebell, which I had no idea what it was. And so I came in for a couple sessions with him, and I really just kind of fell in love with it. I've always been like super competitive. I think that's really what got me hooked on it, is being able to go in and really compete.
I've been lifting about 4 years. My first competition was in October 2012. Probably started training about 6 months before that.
I started lifting kettlebells just kind of, I'd experimented with them a little bit in college, and I bought 2 bells for the living room. And my friend Ed Coughlin, who had done some certifications with John and Jason back in the day, with IKFF back in the day, and he gave me like a bunch of their old like cert manuals and was like, whatever these guys say is right. And so they're all interested in kettlebell sport, and I started kind of watching the YouTube videos, and I found this like perfect marriage of the endurance training that I loved in cycling, but also just me being a meathead and liking to lift weights.
I actually got into kettlebell sport with Orange Kettlebell Club. So they came and they shot. First, they brought in IKSF 8, and then right after IKSF 8 came and did a level 1 cert, they came and they basically did their Orange Kettlebell Club DVD. So my first competition, I got first place, I fell in love, and I've just been doing it ever since.
4 years ago, I retired, and with a very sedentary lifestyle, immediately gained about 30 pounds and realized I had to do something quick. So I started on a healthier diet, found a kettlebell sport gym in the Chicago area, and I sort of fell in love with playing with kettlebells. And then a little over a year ago, I started training for my first kettlebell competition, which was last June. When I first started in kettlebell, I weighed just short of 300 pounds, and I'm down into the 95 kilo class right now.
You know, I was at a place in my life where I really needed to make some changes. You know, I was real unhealthy, had a lot of extra weight on me that I just really wasn't happy about. And someone who I knew recommended, you know, John Wild Buckley as a personal trainer. And I decided, you know what, sounds like a good idea. I hit him up, talked to him, he showed me, you know, kettlebell sport, and I guess I really had a connection with John, but I stayed for the kettlebells. Lifting kettlebells has totally just shifted a lot of the ways I'm living. Sorry, it's all good. It's really changed things. I've been a lot more health conscious just because I'm thinking about the sport, and it revolves around the body. So if I take care of my body, I'm gonna do better with the sport.
I'm a full-time hairstylist. I have my own studio in Las Vegas. I work long hours and train 5 days a week, every day before work. I've actually dropped 3 weight classes in 3 years. Just the competition in it, the fact that no one does it and they think I'm crazy for doing it.
I was 38 years old and I was feeling old, and I saw a kettlebell advertisement in a magazine, and I went to the RKC and got turned on to kettlebells. And then I was able to meet Valera Fedorenko in Greece in 2007 with Pandalei Philokidis, and I took my son when he was 12, and Pandalei Philokidis said to him, if you train, you'll be into national class in 6 years. And he did. And that's what happened. And that's the story.
You know, I'm 156 pounds.
And what size kettlebells do you lift?
2 72-pound kettlebells are 32 kilograms apiece.
And how long did you go for, and how many reps?
In 10 minutes, 53 reps.
It's super fun. It's a challenge. It helps me set goals. I actually couldn't imagine not doing it now because it actually pushes me in the gym to not only compete with my teammates, but to compete with myself and achieve goals I didn't think I could reach. When I jumped up in the air, I was so happy that I could finish and do the sprint at the end. You know, you train for so long, so for 4 months, all I did was double jerk sets, 2 to 3 times a week, plus some accessory work for my sport workouts. And to actually see it come to fruition is pretty awesome.
Without all you guys bringing your teams, this meet wouldn't be anything. And so, you know, if we can help you make your team stronger, make your lifters stronger, help you become better teachers and better coaches any way we can, that's what we do, you know, and then everyone shows up for the kettlebell holiday, and we get to, you know, party together and lift bells for a couple of days.
I'm Dan Betcher, and this is Core Strength and Conditioning. I was introduced to kettlebell sport by Eric Velasquez. He challenged me a week before the 2014 Cali Open. I had never done kettlebell sport, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I gave it a try anyway. Had such a good time that I'm doing it for the 3rd year in a row. This year, Team Core is bringing 15 athletes to compete. We are one of the biggest kettlebell sport teams in Southern California, really one of the biggest ones in all of the United States. Really excited to go up there and set some PRs, maybe break some records, and show everybody how hard we've been working. up to chill tonic to get a little cryotherapy in before we go up to competition. Kind of helps relieve all the inflammation, get you real cold real fast, and you get real warm afterwards. Get this blood flush.
All right, let's check it out.
All right.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, what time is the competition?
The event starts at 9, but I don't lift till 2:30. We're gonna do this and then head up the road.
How many are going up there?
15. We got
15 from core?
From core.
Technology's been around 30 years, 30 plus years. It was developed in 1978 by Dr. Yamauchi in Japan for rheumatoid arthritis. They quickly found that it was beneficial not only for RA, but also MS, fibromyalgia, and a number of other inflammatory diseases that are autoimmune. We're going to fill this chamber with liquid nitrogen. It's going to get awfully cold. The nitrogen being dry will allow Dan, when he gets in, to trigger his body's natural cold response, which is, of course, to tense up and then to shiver. Metabolism will spike, and he'll also get into a position where the blood will be brought to the core with what's called vasoconstriction. While it's in the core, it will be highly oxygenated because it won't be dissipating oxygen to the muscles, and the immune system will kick in and will reduce the amount of pro-inflammatory cytokines or proteins in the bloodstream and enhance the anti-inflammatory. So on 3 minutes, he'll get a net anti-inflammatory effect in the blood. It'll bring that down to the muscles, which will be flushed with some of that lactic acid. What it'll do is it'll allow him to train harder and recover faster. Yeah.
Good.
Hopefully, with any luck tomorrow, he'll be able to crush the competition.
And we have a couple of rules stuff that we want to go over real quick just to make sure that everybody understands where we're at. Christian Goldberg is your head judge, okay? Christian's word is final. Like, appeals, I mean, I'm scared, so whatever she says, I just go with, so.
My name is Christian Goldberg. I'm here at the Cali Open doing the head judge job. So that means I'm in charge of all the rules, which all the way from uniform rules all the way to the lifting, anything that would disqualify a lifter, any problems, relay rules, all of that's what I have to deal with at this job. And I'm also the backup for the judges on the platform. So these are the people who are judging the actual sets. So I watch the lifters, watch the judges, and then help them to determine if a lifter's starting to get sloppy with their lift, and help them with whatever back up their score that they have at the end of the set. So that's my job. Had a few hiccups here and there, mainly technological ones, but otherwise all the judges have been on the same page, and the lifters are actually really happy with the rules at this competition, so it's been going really well. It's fantastic for new lifters because we kind of highlight the new lifters at the beginning of the meet, and it's a really fantastic one to see high-level lifters at the end of the meet. So we've got the whole spectrum. We've got kids, and we also have 5-minute events, which is fantastic for both new and more advanced lifters. So yeah, it's a really great event for anyone at any level of lifting.
Hey, this is Aaron Vivial from Texas Kettlebell Academy. We're here at the Cali Open 2016. I'm here with Jessica Gorman, who is a master of sport in long cycle. We're going to talk a little bit about the lifts that we use in kettlebell sport. There's 3 competitive lifts: long cycle, which is a clean and a jerk, and biathlon, which consists of snatch and jerk. So we'll go over those lifts real quick. So Jessica here is going to take 2 bells, and she's going to do a clean. And in long cycle, it's a long movement, which means you drop the bells every time. So she does a clean, and then she's going to do a jerk. She brings them down to the rack position, and then she does it again. That's why it's called long cycle. A short cycle would be just jerk. So the second lift that consists of biathlon would be just jerk only. We don't refer to it as short cycle, but it would be short cycle. So she would clean the bells up into the rack, and she stays within the rack position, and she does jerks. So the third competitive lift in kettlebell sport will be the snatch. A snatch is one single movement, a swing between the legs and all the way up to a fixated position overhead. And those are the 3 competitive lifts in kettlebell sport. Long cycle, which is a clean and a jerk, is one competitive event. Another competitive event would be the biathlon. Biathlon consists of jerk only and snatch only in 2 separate lifts.
We like to try to have the Cali Open set up so that people can come and do their very best and put up their very best numbers, create an atmosphere where they can just come in and rock with an atmosphere that is loving and hungry and powerful, ready to just take that next step in the sport. And that's what we want to do, create that atmosphere for these like-minded people that want to just get better and push the sport forward. And it's awesome. Every year it feels this way.
We support the little kids and the first beginners. And they have a lot of beginners. We have a lot of kids lifters today. And we encourage them as well.
And I really enjoyed seeing the young kids. There was Kingsley and the 2 young boys. And it just really makes me happy to see the young kids coming in, and that's unique. And it's just cool. And here's where it goes down.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll be lifting biathlon and long cycle 16s. Both will be double bell events. My first time doing biathlon, a 10-minute jerk set, so super excited to try that out.
I'm doing 24 kilogram long cycle tomorrow. My goal is, I haven't decided yet. So I'd be really happy if I could get 65 reps. We'll see. So last time I did 51.
What I'm looking to accomplish is just getting out there and having fun with my sets. I've done all 3 lifts, which is the first time I've ever done it, especially with the old 32s, super heavy. But I figured this is a great mental training ground.
So I will do biathlon 32s, which is serious for me, and actually I can say like kind of specializations that I have with long cycle. My main records in long cycle, but I like biathlon, and actually mostly because it just improved the technique very much. So that's why I'm making sure that at least half of the time of the year I spent in biathlon. I'll be happy if I will reach MSIC level. So I'm looking for like 120 jerks and snatch, I hope 200s will work. Last time I did 130 jerks and 190 snatches, last California Open, but this time feels myself not this good in jerk because I'm just a little bit late with starting this exercise because of the past competitions, but in snatch feels good. So
Yeah, so some of the hot athletes that we're gonna find here at the California Open. Of course, you got the world champion, Denis Vasiliev, and he's gonna crush at whatever he does. I'll be up there with him, and Chris Donnellan will be right next to him. My coach is Jason Dolby. This is kind of his intro into biathlon. That'll be kind of exciting to see. And then of course you have Sergei Rashinsky, who came from Russia, who whatever he touches, he's gonna crush, just because that's what he's been doing for the last 25, 30 years in Russia. And then you have Charlie Fornelli, he's coming down. He's like top lifter in Canada. Then you got the Beard himself, Dan Betcher. He's doing all three events as well, which is psycho. He's doing 24s, and I mean, all three events, whether you're doing 8 kilograms or 32 kilograms, it's just so hard to train that much volume. So anybody that does all three lifts, that's just incredible.
Training to actually compete in biathlon, and then the very next day, right? Long cycle, it's ridiculously impressive. It is, and oh, Charlie as well, there you go. So to hit PRs on days where you're gonna go back to back and during the training cycle, training that kind of volume, it's just, you know, my hat's off, much respect. You know.
Tony Garrett, you know,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
missed his CMS by 1/2 point, which means one more snatch, and he would have achieved his goal, and he missed it, and then it's like, you have to wait a whole nother year. Are you ever going to get it? He was there, and now it was so close, and now it's gone. You can see it. You can see the belt float.
Right.
And and it was like, it was so. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
I've been
was-
there. We've
that
been
was
there.
so
It's just
exciting.
like.
But see,
So
that's
tense.
You know,
but
yeah.
that kind of stuff right there, that
Yes.
kind of stuff right there, when you deal with that, when you take a hit and then you climb back and take a hit and climb back, that's what builds that resilience, man. That's what builds the resilience, the heart, man. That heart right here in the spirit, the mindset that kettlebell sport brings.
I'm really excited and happy that that a lot of women have signed up to do the double bell events today. A lot of people were like concerned whether there'd be enough interest, but I don't think there's any reason why the women wouldn't be interested in lifting double events, and I think this event will make it obvious that we're ready to lift 2 bells and we're excited about it.
One 24-kilogram bell is already crazy heavy, and I think my very first 2-arm long cycle set I did with the 16s, I think I made it like 4 minutes, and I only did like 40 reps. Like, it was definitely not my best set, and it was very humbling.
The ladies are going to come up, and it's going to be a smoke show. Like, you know, the women lifting 12 kilo bells, the flights are really deep, the women are really talented, and then you get into the 16s, and you're going to have Brittany and Jennifer and Tara and Aubrey, and it's just going to be insane. And then you get to the main event with, you know, Kimberly and Chelsea and Katarina and Michelle.
28?
Yeah, you know, and I mean, Kim Fox holds the world record in long cycle with the 24 kilos, which is, you know, 106 pounds that she lifts 50 times without putting them down. And then Chelsea's going to come up and lift 228 kilos, which is 124 pounds for 10 minutes, you know? And like, the funny thing about it is, you know, around the world in the kettlebell sport community, the old guard would say, you're not allowed to do this. You're just girls.
Right.
Girls don't do this, you know? And they're going to do it.
Boom!
And they're going to blast it.
All day.
And they're not afraid. It's dope. I mean, they don't, it's just dope.
Yeah, this is for two days, and there's a 58 ladies compete in double bell.
I'm really looking forward to see these competitions, because for me it's kind of the new stage of kettlebell sports should happen, because actually that will be the first time when it will be the hard strike of women's double long cycle, double biathlon. It will be full flights. As I know, few flights for double long cycle with 16s, with 20s, biathlon as well. So I believe in this. I believe in the future of women's double bell sports. So I'm really looking forward on it. So I believe that it will change the minds of the athletes, and so far we'll see the same tough girls.
All these girls are now getting into this double long cycle or 2-arm long cycle event. And so I'm excited to see some incredible results from all the females.
shaking Christian's hand, you can't imagine her dropping a bell. You know, it was so great because, you know, you have someone with all this experience and wonderful technique and just beautiful lifting ability competing against somebody who is just like this amazing natural athlete, also with great technique, but very different, very physical technique. You know, very youthful technique, very strong technique, and the contrast is beautiful.
Every competition that we run, you know, especially the Cali, to show the people on the platforms that during their hardest moments, that when they feel like they're leaning and wobbling and physically that they're about to fall, we say no, no, no. In the last 2 to 3 minutes of that set, no, we dig into your spirit, we reach inside, boom, and we lift you up. The group of people will collectively come together and make that person rise and keep you on the feet and keep grinding, and that builds the athlete mentally, and that's what grows the sport, because they talk and they're like, dude, I just did something I never thought in the world I could do. I thought I was gonna drop. And I heard Buckley's voice and Nazo's voice in the back said, you don't set those down, you got this. Personal bests are set all the time because of that energy that comes from the ambient folks around. That's super cool.
We're going to grow the talent pool. We're going to make the U.S. just a stronger country of lifters.
I'm hoping that the sport will grow a lot. I'm hoping that the vast number of organizations there are for sport can work to get along and put on events where we'll just keep getting more and more lifters, sport will grow.
And so I think the kettlebell lets people who aren't necessarily incredible athletes, because I'm not, become athletic. And that's what I think is so awesome, that you can take regular people that never had a place in athletics, and the kettlebell, by virtue of the different lifts, can allow you to find your anatomical range. It kind of ties into your whole life, because you're so busy trying to refine the process that you start refining the process in everything you do.
I think a lot of people want to see kettlebell sport in the Olympics. I don't really care about that. You know, I just want it to be alongside, you know, CrossFit and powerlifting and these Olympic lifting and these other like very well respected sports now in this country.
In Russia, the amateur sport is weak, professional is high. In the United States, that's super wide, and amount of professional lifters not this big, but it goes higher and higher each year.
Innovative Results we've been hosting the Orange Kettlebell Club California Open for 4 years running. And it's just been an awesome relationship, building up this competition, building up this championship that we host down here in sunny California. And obviously we've just seen incredible results. It more than doubled from first year to second year.
Honestly, that's my best and favorite competitions, mostly because of the atmosphere. I like how positive it is, because it's very important, I believe, for athletes to be in the good mood. Because it's even enough stress beside. You feel just the smiles, you feel the support, you feel people cheering for you. It's an amazing place. On the same moment, it's a very high level of professionalism, because we have 6 platforms, we have super professional warm-up area all the time for all these 4 years. Very good bells, good judging, so good weighting, procedure organizing. So actually, I have no any questions, even through all of my experience of competitions.
Cali Open's been my favorite competition. It's my 3rd year in a row coming. It's one of the toughest competitions in terms of you know, other strong male lifters in here. It's not like I'm gonna guarantee a medal or anything, but it's also one of the most positive competitions that I've been to ever. Like, I see more smiles, more hugs, more support for other lifters at this competition than I do anywhere in the United States.
Innovative Results, myself, my family, we just want to give a little shout out, give a little love to our boys and our sisters with Orange Kettlebell Club. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to the OKC and to John and to Dolb and to Nazo and to Aaron Goyette and to Sergey Rashinsky and Dennis Vasiliev for tying it all in and helping us all get better.
Thank you, Orange Kettlebell Club, for having me out here. You guys have been really amazing, and I really appreciate all the support that you have given women in this sport, because before that, there hadn't really been a whole lot of support given to really us choosing what we wanted to do. And I don't know, anybody could have done it like you guys did. So, thank you.
Thank you to the Orange Kettlebell Club and everybody involved with putting on this amazing event. It's definitely an event we at Core Strength and Conditioning, we look forward to it every year. So thank you guys so much for all of your hard work.
John, Jason, Azo, I love you so much. You're my family, and thank you for putting on such an amazing event every single year. I'm happy to be part of it.
I want to thank Orange Kettlebell Club here and a great group of people. Thank you.
This is my first Cali Open actually, but I would come back every year if I have the money, if I have the time. I just love lifting, and this is a fantastic place to do it.
So yeah, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
So we could definitely hand out the winner of the male coefficient in biathlon for today, and that one goes to Dennis Vasiliev. And the coefficient winner for biathlon for women today is Brittany Van Trevendijk. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to Jason, and he's going to make you cry.
Wow. I don't have a lot to say this year. And he's right. I get emotional very quickly. This Cali Open this year, for as much that went on emotionally during the whole weekend, the week leading up and everything, what we did as a family in here. And when I say family, I mean every person that can hear me, including you guys out there who aren't here right now, you guys that can hear us on the live feed, the Kettlebell family, the Kettlebell community, made this happen. You guys made the event spectacular. You did it, right? We know people who work. We know certain people who are here sitting in the chairs today, and we know people who are unable to sit in the chairs with us today, but they're here in spirit, right? But some people traveled here, and they're here because they love you guys, and they want to make everything grow in this sport, even though they also want to be somewhere else to be with other families right now. It's beyond incredible what we've seen this weekend, the numbers that were put up, the ridiculous records that were broken, the movement of the women doing their thing and crushing it, and you guys will continue to crush. All I can say is thanks to all the hearts, the minds, and the spirits of everybody in here, and you guys too up there that can see us and hear us. Thanks to you guys, you're making this sport move in the direction it needs to go. Boom, too high. Thank you. Love you guys.